From the city lights to the country blue, Woody and Lew got the sports for you. From Boston streets to Kentucky's fields, get ready, folks, for the thrill it yields. Woody-Lew, sports and you, talking games, we love it's true. Every play, every score, let's dive in, it's time for more. Lacing up the boots and calling plays, debates and laughs for all the days. From Fenway Park to Derby Run, sports talk magic just begun. Woody-Lew, sports and you, sideline stories coming through. Every cheer, heartbeat soar, tune in now, we'll give you more. Celtics screams to Wildcats roar, touchdowns, goals, and so much more. Grab a seat, enjoy the ride, Woody-Lew right by your side.
The views expressed by the hosts are their own and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the Department of Defense, the U.S. government, or any of its agencies. The information provided is for general informational purposes only and does not constitute legal advice. No attorney-client relationship is formed by providing this information, and nothing herein should be relied upon as legal counsel. For legal advice specific to your situation, please consult a qualified attorney. Braxton. Episode 27, Drying Out. Happy 2026. It's been a minute.
It's been too long. It's also been a year since we spoke.
Yeah, technically, yes. It was last year when we last spoke to each other and had a great send-off episode to 2025 going into the holiday block leave.
It seems like a lifetime ago. I just remember we went through every single bowl game ad nauseum, and I have a bad feeling that today at some point we're going to go through and see just how those results panned out for each of us.
I think we should start with that right off the rip. You want to do that?
You don't want to. You just want to go straight into it, huh?
I do.
All right. Well,
do you have a pen? I know you have a pen and paper. Can you keep a tally of each of our wins and losses?
Yes, I got you, Daniel.
Okay. So I got all the games in order with our picks, and then I will say who won. So Boise State versus Washington State in the LA Bowl. You had Washington, you won. I had Boise State, so that's one for you, loss for me. I'm quite certain I'm gonna get just annihilated in this head-to-head tallying of bowl games.
You're gonna get smoked?
I'm gonna get smoked.
The Braxton's bet lock of the century, put every cent you have in your checking account bet did not hit, so I don't know. Kind of cold here.
That is Troy v. Jacksonville State in the Veterans Bowl. We both had Troy, so that's a loss for both of us. Jacksonville State won that 17-13. Next is Old Dominion, South Florida in the Cure Bowl. Again, another loss for both of us. We both had USF, and Old Dominion won that one 24-10.
I don't think we're going to DraftKings that anytime soon.
Next, we got Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns, against Delaware in the 68 Ventures Bowl. You had Louisiana, I had Delaware, Blue Hens. So that's a win for me, 20-13 Delaware. So I think we're tied.
There we go, 1-1.
Next is Missouri State, Arkansas State in the Xbox Bowl. Definitely got awesome swag for that. We both had winners in that. Arkansas State, they won 34-28.
All right.
Okay, then the first college football playoff, the first round game, Alabama, Oklahoma. You had Bama, I had Oklahoma. That's a win for Braxton. Roll Tide. Roll Tide. Then we had Memphis. Oh, sorry, skipped one. The Myrtle Beach Bowl, Kennesaw State against Western Michigan. That was a bloodbath and a win for me, picking the Broncos 41-6. You had Kennesaw State.
There you go.
Next is Memphis, NC State in the Gasparilla Bowl. We both had NC State. Winners there, 31-7.
Tie ball game right now.
Tie ball game. Next is the second of the first round games. That was Oregon, JMU. Yeah, Oregon, we had that one nailed. Didn't cover, though, at least for the closing line. Oregon did not cover, allowed the back door. Then Tulane, Ole Miss. Actually, I picked the upset in this one, and I think this is where I'm really going to start tumbling downhill in the win-loss column.
And Tulane 17.5 was my lock of the 2025, and it woefully performed. So,
yeah, Ole Miss, the darling of the college football playoff, with their staff in limbo right now. Who knows what they're doing? Are they going to coach in the semifinals?
They might not have anyone show up. Might be Charlie Weiss and
just Golding doing everything. Then Miami, Texas A&M. We both got this one wrong. Both had A&M. What, that game? That was, how many missed field goals? That game was ridiculous.
It was a horrendous game. And then it was another, and I think we talked about this last week, having that game as the 12 o'clock kickoff, seeing as how it was like the true Eastern time block, having that not in prime time due to that situation really, I think, took a lot of the spark out of what that game could have been. But it was dreary, to say the least.
I mean, it looked like an unreal environment in College Station at Kyle Field. Michael Irvin was having a great time.
That dude's got to be stopped, man. There's on
the belt thing. It is. They need a new mascot. The Miami Hurricanes. It can't be Michael Irvin.
And I think it's like, it's getting more inappropriate by the win. Like the body movements and the gyration with the belt is getting more inappropriate and not safe for work every time they get a victory.
You're like the when he's doing like a downward dog, like yoga pose, like on the sidelines, just
he's
presenting.
Like,
it is.
He's contorting his body. He's sweating all over himself, shirt off, or at least unbuttoned. Pants. There's not a safe belt around him right now.
He does look pretty cut up though these days. I was pretty surprised that when he took the belt off.
He looks in game shape.
Ohio State. Yeah, he looks good. Maybe it's Ozempic.
Maybe so.
Okay, moving on. Oh, this is confusing. We got FCS games mixed in here. Okay. The Idaho Potato Bowl, one of my favorite bowl games. Washington State against Utah State, another loss for both of us.
We both have the Aggies, I believe.
What's that?
Didn't we both have the Aggies?
Yeah, we both have the Aggies. Okay, another loss for both of us in the Boca Raton Bowl, Toledo-Louisville. Louisville won that one, and we both had Toledo.
I was never picking Louisville.
Nope. Okay, finally, a W for both of us. The New Orleans Bowl, Western Kentucky, the Hilltoppers against Southern Miss. We both picked Western Kentucky.
Matt Jones on the call on ESPN radio for that one.
I do remember you mentioning this. Did you listen to any of, like, I forgot about that. So, to be quite honest, I didn't watch a lot of these non-playoff bowls.
I was duck hunting. I was coming back from duck hunting, and I turned it on in the boat. I think it was like the first quarter, and I've never done play-by-play. That was the first time he's done play-by-play. And essentially, so I'm watching like the Ravens right now. Like Lamar Jackson takes a snap, tosses left. Derrick Henry stopped just past the line, 2-yard gain for the Ravens. It's going to be 2nd down and 8. That's what Matt Jones did. I just did it. I just off a limb just looked at my TV, and then he just, he had his Matt Jones flair to it. But
in post-production notes, we'll clip that. for your audition reel of being a play-by-play guy.
I mean, I don't know what he did different. Myron Metcalf, who was his color guy, he did a good job. But I'm a Myron Metcalf stan, so maybe it's not fair for me to say.
Is he another KSR guy?
No, he does Matt and Myron's NFL Sunday pregame show, but he's a college basketball guy by nature.
Okay. Next we have the Frisco Bowl, UNLV, Ohio. I was very high on UNLV and Dan Mullen, but the Bobcats won that one, 17-10, loss for both of us. Then we have California, Hawaii on Christmas Eve in the Hawaii Bowl. We both got that one right.
Great game.
I did not watch that. I was at a condo complex function room without a TV for my Feast of the Seven Fishes on Christmas Eve.
There you go.
Did you watch the movie?
No.
What?
It's on cue for
it's past Christmas. It's on cue for 2026.
Yes.
That's rude. And
I was thinking, next Christmas you and I will be in close proximity to each other. So I was thinking I didn't want to watch that movie with just anyone. Like, I don't think my wife quite, met the threshold. Like, I think if I save myself to watch that movie with you, maybe before we go our separate ways for Christmas next year, maybe you come up to the house and we watch it. That might be a good time.
Okay. That's something to look forward to in 2026.
Good
I'll tell you who did watch Feast of the Seven Fishes, and that was Miss Patsy, our number one day one listener, because I posted it on Instagram and she DM'd a very nice DM.
Did she give you her thoughts on the movie?
Here, I'll pull it up.
That's awesome. You can always count on her to come through.
Yeah, it was great. And it took me, I'm not very technologically inclined. You might be fooled by the production value of Woody-Lew Sports and You, but it took me a while to figure out how to post the movie poster, and then I think I did a link too, but I don't know if I got that technical.
It was a good post though. Producer Kaylee was very impressed by that post. We were surprised to see you get into the Instagram story game or Instagram post game for the account.
Well, now I can't even. Maybe she commented.
Maybe she commented. Or maybe it went away because.
Oh no! Here it is. Oh, she liked it. I thought there was.
You didn't DM.
I thought she left a very nice post. Again, on live on air.
I'm sure she did.
Oh, here we go. Oh, no comments yet. All right, she did. She left a very nice comment. Okay. Oh, I'm frozen.
Gosh. Oh man.
Okay. We're gonna go to our
welcome into the show, everybody. This is part of the experience.
Technical difficulty.
If you can't wait.
This isn't good for anyone. All right, we are back live. Some technical difficulties. My camera is it's not working. And you can see that. But hopefully you can hear me. If we can get in the chat a thumbs up for comms check.
Yeah, I can hear you, I think.
Okay, that's good. I guess we will see if we're just gonna roll with it. You should be able to hear me. If you can't, then well, this will just be an interesting show of Braxton talking to no one.
But I got my guest who phoned in from Nashville, Dan Woodhouse, who wanted to join us for tonight's episode. So we're gonna welcome him in via audio.
All right, we're good. We got thumbs up from the Mad Hatter. Mad Hatter, happy 2026. Thank you for that Lima Charlie comms check. Okay.
Back bowl games, baby.
All right. So Hawaii, we both got that one correct. Moving right along to the game above Sports Bowl, we both picked the Wildcats of Northwestern over Central Michigan. Next bowl we got wrong. New Mexico, Minnesota. We both had the Lobos, New Mexico. Minnesota won that 20-17. Next is the First Responder Bowl, Florida International at the Roadrunners of University of Texas San Antonio. We both had Roadrunners. I'm going through this pretty quick.
That was a win, right?
That's a win, yeah, for both of us. What are the totals at?
I got 10. You have 9. It's a nail biter.
Okay. Well, you're gonna get one more on me. In the Pop-Tarts Bowl, everybody's favorite bowl, you had BYU over Georgia Tech.
What a comeback by the Cougars.
Then the next bowl game is the Gator Bowl, which we both got wrong. We had Missouri Tigers over Virginia, but the Cavaliers, the Wahoos won that. And I've got this all out of order. Okay. Oh, here we go. In the Texas Bowl, oh no, why did I put that there? Well, I thought this was the Illinois Tennessee game for the results.
We both picked Illinois.
Who do we pick for LSU Houston? It's embarrassing.
I'm pretty sure I
pull it back.
Houston.
I'll go to the source. This is important.
I think I had Houston.
We both had Houston. Yeah, both had Houston. So that's a win for both of us. They won 38-35. This is actually a closer game, the New Mexico Bowl, than I thought it was going to be. But we both won with North Texas over San Diego State. And then we both won the Military Bowl, picking Eastern Carolina over Pittsburgh. We both had ECU. This is where we split, and Braxton was right in this one in the Pinstripe Bowl, picking Penn State over Clemson. I had Clemson, so that's another win for you.
Never a doubt. Never a doubt.
Another win for you. I don't know why I picked against Army. This was a bloodbath. The Fenway Bowl. Army over UConn. UConn had -4 yards of passing in the first half.
You even wore the swag and everything.
I did. Then we both picked correctly in the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl, Fresno State over Miami of Ohio Redhawks. Both had Fresno State. Then we picked incorrectly in the Birmingham Bowl. Georgia Southern beat App State Mountaineers. We both had App State. And then you won again when we differed in the Alamo Bowl. You had TCU. I had USC. TCU came away with that 30-27. Ooh, this is nice. I finally beat you in a difference of opinion. In the Independence Bowl, you had Coastal Carolina, and I had Louisiana Tech. Louisiana Tech won that one.
Good call, Dan.
Thanks. Then yes, we both had Illinois in the Music City Bowl. They squeaked one out 30-28 over the Volunteers. Do you hear the story about how Tennessee refused to practice in Vandy's facilities? So usually the SEC rep will. I didn't know that they would Vandy would let them use their facilities to get ready for the Music City Bowl at Nissan, and Vol said nah.
I don't hate it personally.
It's indifferent.
If Kentucky played in a bowl game in Louisville, and let's say Kentucky was as far from Louisville as Knoxville is Nashville, I would be fine with them saying we're going to practice at Belmont or Lipscomb. I don't know if Lipscomb has a football team, but a high school field.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate it.
Okay, next we got the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. We both had Texas, and they, I think, as expected, beat the Wolverines of Michigan. Then this one we both got wrong. ReliaQuest Bowl, Iowa beat Vanderbilt 34-27 in an
Put up a
upset.
lot of points. I said they wouldn't score enough points. They, in fact, scored more points than Vandy.
Then in the Las Vegas Bowl, we both had Utah beating Nebraska.
Never a doubt.
And then in the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, both had Duke over Arizona State. And then I guess when we played back the tape, I never made a pick in the Holiday Bowl, and you picked that right with SMU.
we did go back in the film, and you just didn't give an answer. You just moved on.
Just moved on.
So that's a loss for you.
That's all. That's well. Wait, that's just a win for you. I guess it's just Matt wins because we the same number. Yeah,
you didn't ante up.
No. Next is the Armed Forces Bowl. Texas State beat Rice, clobbered Rice. We both got that wrong.
Yeah.
And then I went with the Midshipmen in the Liberty Bowl, and they won. They beat Cincinnati 35-13. And then in the Duke's Mayo Bowl, we both lost with Mississippi State. And then I don't know what I was doing in making this list, but I guess I just forgot to add the rest of the playoff games. So let's run through those. We do those.
Yeah, I mean, the bottom line for the bowl games you had, or playoff, you had or I had Indiana, Georgia, with Georgia beating Indiana. That obviously can't happen. Indiana could still make it. I think you had Ohio State and Texas Tech.
Yeah,
that can't. So I'm gonna just give me a point for that,
and
then we'll tally this up and leave 2025 bowls in the past. You had a score of 19, and I came in at 24.
That's pretty good. Braxton's bets.
But you would have no money because you would have put it all on Tulane 17.5 to cover, and that in fact did not happen. That
was fun.
Yeah, I can't see the ticker. I can't see the screen or the comments. So, one thing about this is we're leaving. Football is now in the rearview mirror. We have to wait for next week to get any more college action, but I do think it's pretty nuts that there for a second it was 0-6 for bye teams to get the opportunity or to get a win in the college football playoff in the first 2 years of its institution. Alabama being the first team to actually lose to a team with a bye in the Rose Bowl.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Okay. Yeah. No, for sure. No thoughts on that, Dan?
I mean, Indiana, Signetti is inevitable.
He's great. He might be a psychopath.
I made the statement. He did not put any fear into me. And this is actually a great time to mention that the only team that Kursignetti has played and hasn't beaten is Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Yeah.
So that stat again, as we talked about in the last episode, Notre Dame not deserving of being in the playoff, but had they been in there, I think a great case could be made for them to be a national champion. They might claim a national championship this year. I think they should.
Speaking of championships, in the chat, Mason McGregor says, I guess he's claimed final victory in the fantasy football league, even though there's still one game out there.
I got a gripe about our fantasy football league.
Tell the commissioner what your gripe is, please.
I don't like. Why don't we add more teams? I don't like this stacking weeks on each other. Like that. I had Michael Serpico in the first round, and he just obliterated me. I thought I was over, but lo and behold, I still have another week to put up points. Why don't we just add more teams to the playoffs?
I don't hate that. I think it should be at least a 6-team playoff. Especially in our league, we have 13 people. You could have a 6-team playoff. I unfortunately came up short to you today in our third place game, and I guess based off Mason's claim, he came victorious over Mike Serpico, which was an inside job because Mike Serpico should have never been in the Final Four for the playoffs, but he played his wife the final week for the playoffs, and his wife did not set her roster. And he just somehow sneaked his way into second place.
So you're saying there's collusion?
I am heavily alleging collusion, and there will be an owners, similar to baseball winter meetings, will occur between myself and the owners, and there's gonna be some changes coming to the league next year.
Well, I feel like you should do a report if we're talking Major League Baseball. There was, if you remember, the Mitchell report that came out about the use of steroids in baseball. I'd like an investigation into this collusion that I was not aware of until just now.
Yeah, and Mason, I don't know if, hopefully you're still in the chat, I don't know if Gavin is, but Gavin won the league last year, and he received his trophy on Christmas Day. So just so you understand the turnaround on these things, I'm going to ask the owners to donate money for the winner, but it's coming out of my pocket. You'll get it when you get it, but we're all proud of you. And great first year in the league. And congrats on the last draft pick in this upcoming selection.
I'll withhold my contribution until the results of that investigation are made public.
Well, he didn't win, so it all worked out. Even though I think an annex in the report needs to be the unethical trade that I definitely got the wool pulled over my eyes between Mason and Ryan McFadden. I did what the owner or commissioner should do, and I called both parties to make sure the trade was on the up and up. And I think it was a part of the postpartum, even though it wasn't my baby, or Kaylee did it. But
are you claiming postpartum blame for your questionable trades that you approved?
I was on light sleep. I was in the pickup line picking up the girls from school when I was making these phone calls trying to investigate. You know how school pickup lines can be. They can be hectic. So if that trade doesn't happen, I think there's a very good chance that I'm hoisting this trophy up, or at least you are, and there's a different first and second place finish.
I really wish my camera was working so you could see my facial reactions to your excuses.
I do find it very ironic, Dan, that during our pre-show meeting, you went on and on about how you were like the lead mechanic to my NASCAR driving when it comes to this show.
Sometimes engines fail during.
It's like my lead mechanic forgot to change his oil, and he can't get the camera on. Right?
Yeah, sometimes you do some tweaking, and the car don't run.
But this is episode 27. So and this is just on air. Like, what do you think happened? Like, what's just diagnosed?
I mean, did Dale Earnhardt not have an engine failure in his illustrious career?
I get you. I get you.
All right. So you won the college football bowl pick'em between me and you, Woody-Lew Sports and you, Bowl Pick'em.
Didn't we double down to where I'm now free and exalted from the University of Texas PFG? Wasn't that the double down?
We'll have to go back and look at the tape, but I do think that there was double down.
There was a double down, I believe.
Yeah. I also just realized I kept a old topic in the tipper topics, and we're gonna do some live on air producing. Phillip Rivers, he was benched. Is not the starting quarterback anymore for the Colts. It's actually Riley Leonard, a Duke and Notre Dame alum. Had a pretty good day today.
Well, when Phillips played that game right before Christmas, we were in Florida. I told Gavin he'd be an idiot not to bet the over on passing yards for Phillip Rivers, and he did it. And I think Phillip passed the over on his passing yards in the first half. He had a great day. They didn't win, but he had a great day.
I would say I was not expecting much from him. And was it 2 or 3 games that he played? He went 0-3. But I mean, he was serviceable.
He didn't lose them those games.
No.
He wasn't the reason they lost.
No. Absolutely not. So I guess speaking of NFL, we might be jumping around a little bit. Not very good segues. I had Holidaze. That was something you sent me in our pre-production chat. Days with the ZE. Just gonna.
I sent that.
Dead air. Yeah.
Well, that was in the context of just how our holiday breaks went, and I thought. We didn't cover this in the pre-show meeting. I thought that'd be kind of what we led off with, but we wrapped up 2025 with our bowl picks. But yeah, I just wanted to see how your holiday break was up in the Northeast, and I see that you watched your movie, which I'm saving myself to watch with you for the first time.
Yeah, again, I'm not going to rust off. So thank you for our listeners. This isn't the smoothest of transition shows, but Braxton, I appreciate it. I had a great 2 weeks off up in Boston. Really good time with family, friends. Ate a lot, drank a lot. So looking forward to drying out this January. And I would say a highlight of my trip was I have 2 highlights. One was New Year's Eve. Had a very, very fun time at the Fox and Knife in South Boston. Excellent meal with some good friends. And then the second highlight was the family casino trip to Encore Casino, where we brought my 92-year-old grandmother. And she probably walked away with between $400 and $500 because she had one pull on the slot machine. She hit $1,000.
That's awesome.
Yep. We call in my family. I'm not sure, like Our Lady of Lourdes in France, like where the miracle happened. Are you familiar with that?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so basically, like it's one of these religious sites that's in France. I guess the story goes that the Virgin Mary came down to Lourdes, and that's where she healed like people that had various permanent ailments. So when we go to the casino, all the old people that have like walkers or like emphysema or whatever, and use their old age, their immobility as maybe excuses for not wanting to do or go somewhere. You take them to Encore Casino. They magically have no ailments.
Okay, and that's funny. What I would say is, and this is just me thinking about it as you tell the story, is there really a better time to go to the casino than when you're like in that last 15-year stretch of life? I think that's prime time to go to the casino because
absolutely.
At that point, you're not gonna go broke, but I mean you can't take it with you, Dan.
No, you can't. You absolutely can't.
Your risk tolerance rises, and maybe when you can't play scared. So when you start not playing scared, the rewards kind of compound themselves.
That's a great point. And I mean, she absolutely loves it. We love taking her, and she has what I appreciate about my Nana is that she has fun regardless of if she wins or not.
Yeah, and as I keep thinking about it, some could argue it's more responsible for the 92-year-old to be in the smoke-filled casino than the 28-year-old father of three.
So you can't smoke in Encore Casino, not allowed in the city of Everett.
Probably due to their demographic, they probably would not be.
Yeah. That casino is beautiful, and if when you make your trip to Boston, we will absolutely go to Encore.
Well, yeah, I'm sure the Mad Hatter and Miss Amy are listening. Like I said, we're gonna be close to each other next year, so there's nothing stopping us from doing a Lewis Woodhouse Christmas Palooza straight to a Delta flight.
Sure.
Who knows if we open a bottle of Dom and then find ourselves in an Uber headed to the Louisville airport and a Delta flight to Boston? You don't know. Maybe.
I flew Delta both ways, round trip or direct round trip. It was delightful. I had a great experience. I think I'm a Delta guy now.
I think you got to be a Delta guy in 2026.
Yeah. How is your? Did you take leave?
Yep, went to Disney. Went from Disney to the in-laws and then back home. And then did New Year's Eve with my family at our house and watched football and did all the things. It was good. I'll tell you this. I think I did pretty good with Kaylee's Christmas gifts. But what happened to me, so Christmas morning, we get the girls and we go out, we set up the presents, or Santa Claus sets up the presents in the middle of the night, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we walk out to see what Santa left the girls, and they were great girls and Santa treated them very well. But on top of the Barbie dream house that Santa got the girls, they're lied a Nintendo Switch Mario Kart edition. And it appears that Mrs. Claus thought Santa was such a good man, good boy this year that she rewarded him with the Nintendo Switch that he hadn't shut up about for about a month. So
That's very nice of Mrs. Claus. Santa had a tough end to 2025.
Yeah, and the unfortunate part was, Mr. Claus didn't think to deliver something that morning for Mrs. Claus. So that's always fun.
You didn't tell me about that little wrinkle to Christmas Day.
Well, and the best part, she gets it for me, and it's great. And I wanted to play Mario Kart, and I've been playing Mario Kart. I've won multiple 150cc Grand Prix. I've been really grinding it.
It's a flex.
But I've also purchased Madden 26 and MLB The Show.
Cool.
And she's having a hard time understanding why she got me a Nintendo, but I'm just playing the same games I can play on the Xbox. She also made the statement. She also made the statement that I got this for you for your surgery recovery, but you're playing it all the time now. I can't help what my surgery is. It's not my fault that I'm in the Army and surgery isn't quick.
You've fallen very behind Patrick Mahomes in your recovery timeline. How do you plan to make up for that?
Well, I think I'm going to call tomorrow. All I know is the statement given to me was, we'll definitely do it in February, maybe January. We'll let you know. So as I continue to think about it, they said we're definitely going to do it in February, but they did not give me a date. And I feel like we were definitely going to do it in February. It'd be like, hey, we're going to do it February 6th, but maybe earlier. You know what I'm saying? So I'm starting to get nervous about that, Dan. I'm starting to think.
Starting to get nervous.
I'm starting to think this might just be my new normal, and it might be part of my charm. But you know what, Dan? Kind of get it back into the sports realm.
Mm-hmm.
Something hit me on the 26th, or when did we go home? The 26th, 27th. Whenever we went back to the house, and I'm driving through Florida. Maybe it's because Kentucky's basketball team is just horrendous.
Terrible.
They're so bad. But all I could think about now that Christmas was over was baseball. And now that Christmas is over, like, yeah, I'm excited about the college football championship. I'm excited about Super Bowl, but I'm thinking about pitchers and catchers returning to spring training.
Yes, sir. Sox need to sign Bregman. It's got to happen.
I'm just thinking about, pitchers getting some flat grounds in. And I've been on the MLB app a lot lately. There's been speculation that since I'm a Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Orlando Magic fan that, I might be a Rays or Marlins fan. I just want to go on record and say I'm still a Braves fan. So we're excited. Nowhere to go but up after last season.
That's for sure. Well, Braxton, I do need to make a comment about holiday block leave and the that fine fresh white cap you're wearing.
Oh yeah. So we're all adults now, so we don't necessarily do traditional presents. My parents are really good about when they're going to buy us stuff, they buy us stuff that really, helps adults, especially with young children. But no matter what, my mom always does stockings. And in my home, like, the stocking is the show. The stocking has evolved over the years. But like, even when I was like kind of in high school and getting older, like, I looked more forward to getting my mom or the stocking than like opening a gift, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Stocking's fun.
Well, this year they weren't even in stockings. It was two cardboard boxes. Department stores haven't caught up to the size of stocking that the Lewis family needs. Like, the stocking I got Kaylee was so big, I had to put one of her gifts, one of the stocking stuffers, in with another gift I got her because I ran out of room in the stocking. But so my mom just big brained it and kept it in like Amazon boxes. So I go through my first stocking thing, and I was just elated with all the cool stuff I got. And then there's another box, and she's like, her and Dad were like, well, this is for you and Kaylee. And I wish they would have had it on video, my reaction, when I have like 4 hats.
Producer Kaylee, where were you?
6 pins. I got the notepads. I got the koozies. I got the coffee mugs. And it didn't quite beat when I got the Create Your Own Lightsaber set when I was like 10. But this might be second. I think I was like already preparing like my refresh. I was like, well, this automatically means we're gonna lead into the Wake Up Barstool on FS1 now. Like, my mind started going. Kaylee claims she had no idea, but like, my face, like, I was smiling like a schoolgirl. So I am right now.
You showed me the picture, and I knew it was coming. I did not know, however, what the extent of the Woody-Lew Sports News swag was going to be. And I mean, the Mad Hatter and Miss Amy Lewis, incredible, absolutely incredible.
And I was laughing, and I asked, because I know Mom had asked for your address, and I didn't know what she was going to send you. I didn't even ask beforehand, but Mom was like, well, we got the idea because Dan was talking about getting swag. And I was like, when we first started the show, I said, hey, Dan, let's just get like some hats to wear. And you were like grossly against it, saying maybe we shouldn't worry about like getting our cameras right. We still haven't gotten the cameras right, but we do got the swag, and we're all on board with that. So it all worked out.
That was well done, Braxton. I did say that. And yes, I did not at the time when we were first starting out, and we the setup changed every week. No, we were not ready for swag. We hadn't earned it yet. But I think over a year later, in 27 episodes in, sporting some swag is definitely appropriate. Start building the brand.
We only have 26 subscribers, and we're thankful for all 26. But if we would have polled like our friends and stuff after like the first 3 episodes, if this would have lasted over a year, I think we could have made a lot of money.
Say that one more time.
If we would have polled our friends after like the first 2 episodes, if we were going to do this for an entire year, I think we could have made ourselves some money, because I don't think they would have thought we would maintain.
No. I think that there were definitely a few early listeners, producer Colin, who didn't believe in Woody-Lew Sports and You. More on him later.
More on him later. I mean, he's went and gotten lobotomy in Kansas, so much so that
I can't believe he went there.
He drafted, and this is important to fantasy because he's an owner. He drafted his team, and then after week 2, he got signed out of his fantasy app, and he didn't care enough to recover his password. He didn't set a roster the whole rest of the season, and I texted him about it.
I didn't realize that's what happened. I thought he just...
And he said, I don't remember my password. It's fine. My team sucks. LOL. He had CD Lamb on his roster.
He just gave up.
Just gave up. Threw in the towel.
I thought he was just a little too busy with class and going to Kansas Jayhawk football games to set his lineup. Well, that needs to be discussed at the winter meetings. I'm all for relegation and promotion.
There's going to be some hurt feelings at these winter meetings.
It's a promise.
Yeah.
It's a guarantee. Braxton Lewis guarantee.
And we might have to do the winter meetings as an episode of Woody-Lew Sports and You. We'll have all the owners on here, and we can divvy out relegation orders and what's going to happen moving forward.
That won't be a full episode. I'm sure our many listeners do not want to listen to a winter meeting. We'll have it as a segment. All right, Braxton. So that was fun. A little update. Happy to hear that you, the girls, everyone had a good Christmas. Especially Santa Claus himself with a new Nintendo Wii. That sounds pretty sweet. We got some more topics to get to, and I'm kind of all over the place, but I think the best place to start is looking ahead at the playoffs, NFL playoffs. All the seeds and matchups should be set, even though games going on right now. Do you want to lead us off with that?
Yeah, I mean, I think this Baltimore-Pittsburgh game is going to decide the 4 seed in the AFC. Something like that, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so in the NFC, Seahawks lock in the 1 seed. AFC, the Broncos. Broncos big win today against the Chargers. What my eyes were on today, though, as a Buccaneers fan, was the Bucs won yesterday against Carolina, putting them at 8-9. Carolina 8-9, and today it was all on New Orleans to beat the Falcons in Atlanta. If the Falcons won, the Panthers got into the playoffs, and if the Saints win, Buccaneers get in. Saints do not win. They end up losing by 2. Wasn't that close. So, not a bandwagon. I pick a team who's up and coming. So colossal downfall for the Buccaneers. They don't make the playoffs out of the NFC South, which is just a pitiful division, really just like the AFC South outside of the Jaguars. So that was interesting to see. I think I told McFadden this when we were talking, that my pick for the playoffs or for the Super Bowl was going to be the Broncos and the Rams. So a 1-5 seed situation. That's really what I'm looking to long term. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I'm looking at the Patriots is where my focus is in the playoffs. Obviously, first time back in the playoffs since I think it was 2021 season, Mac Jones's rookie year, and as of right now, they are, I believe, looking at a matchup with the Bills in the first round.
Patriots Bills 2-6.
Yep. It would be at New England. Third meeting, split the regular season. I mean, they're looking good. Drake May and he had a great game today. I think he should be the MVP. However, I think Matt Stafford might get like a lifetime achievement award type MVP. So I'm nervous about the Patriots. And then you mentioned the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, Liam Cohen, I talked crap about him very early on in the season, and I said he was on the hot seat. I think he should be coach of the year, and I think Jacksonville Jaguars have been. I mean, I think he fixed Trevor Lawrence. I think in like probably the second half of the season, Trevor Lawrence has been MVP.
Well, I talked to Gavin about this today. Liam Cohen, and this is for the Buccaneers. So Liam Cohen, OC, Sean McVay was calling plays. He's the OC whenever Baker Mayfield got his career got restarted out in LA when they picked him up. And then 2024, Liam Cohen was the OC for the Buccaneers, and Baker Mayfield played phenomenal. And they end up hiring him in Jacksonville. Now Jacksonville's 13-4.
Killing teams.
Killing teams. They're not even close. Their kicker banged like a 67-yard field goal today. And, the Buccaneers have Todd Bowles, who you can't coach himself out of a wet paper bag. But now Liam Cohen's doing great. His offense looks great. And I'm pretty sure on this show, maybe last year, like one of our earlier shows, I said that Trevor Lawrence wouldn't last in the league another 2 or 3 years. So now I look like an idiot. But no, he's got Jacksonville rolling. Pretty exciting brand of football. And if they maintain just an inch of that in the AFC South, they're going to be contenders. Now, I think the Colts could have made a push if Daniel Jones didn't get hurt. They obviously started season 8-2 and went on to lose the next 7 games. But no, it's a team to watch. And they did all of that without Travis Hunter. He got hurt pretty early on in the season.
Yeah, he was on my fantasy team.
Top draft pick didn't even really contribute.
They're impressive. They probably scare me the most in the AFC. I mean, Broncos are good. They're solid. But I like the Patriots' chances if they get out of the first round.
You can never feel good playing Josh Allen in the first.
No, I don't feel good.
Congrats, you're the 2 seed. You got Josh Allen.
Yeah.
No,
and I do think Patriots fans are going to get on me for this, but the difference in playoff experience it's going to make the difference there. And I think the Bills and Allen get it done. It's going to be close. It's going to be a real close game, but I think they get it done in the first round in Gillette.
Well, I'll be hoping for you. NFC, like Eagles. I think Eagles lost to the Commanders today. Bears lose to the Lions. That's your 2 and 3 seed. Panthers are an 8 and 9 4 seed. I think really when you look at the NFC, it's going to come down between Seahawks, 49ers, and the Rams. And then AFC, I think it's going to come from Bills, Patriots, and Jags. I think those will be. I don't think.
Yeah. What about Broncos?
I don't think Bo Nix gets it done.
Sean Payton's so good. Sean Payton's so good.
Yeah. Did you watch the Sean Payton movie on Netflix? Kevin James portrayed him.
No, Kevin James? What movie was that?
It was about when Sean Payton got fired from the Saints for the Bounty Gate, and then he went and coached like his kids' team, his little league team.
I had no idea that Kevin James played Sean Payton in a dramatic role.
There's nothing Kevin James could be in that I wouldn't watch, so that's why I watched it. But yeah, Sean Payton, I think he just kind of might not be the best guy.
He's a hell of a football coach.
I don't think he took a lot of accountability for Bounty Gate after watching the Kevin James bioflick.
Okay. So it was not. I'm surprised that a biopic was not favorable to who was the subject.
It was favorable in the sense. I mean, it was a kid movie. It was favorable in the sense that he loved football and he gave back to the kids. But I just don't think there's a lot of accountability I think there's a lot of deflecting on his role in the hey, hurt this player and you get bonuses.
Home Team 2022. Yeah, Netflix. It was Happy Madison. This was an Adam Sandler produced movie.
Great film. I don't know how you've missed this one.
He ends up coaching his 12-year-old son's Pop Warner team. Feel good. This is all from producer Chat GPT, by the way. Very light on Bounty Gate. So I think that this was definitely a Happy Madison production favorable to Sean Payton and didn't have that unbiased retelling that you were hoping for. You want 30 for 30 on Sean Payton or an untold.
It covered the beginning part of it of him getting fired. And no, it's worth a watch. Kevin James is great.
I did not know you were a big Kevin James guy.
Oh, he's the best.
So you like Mall Cop?
Love Mall Cop.
So Mall Cop was filmed at the Burlington Mall in Massachusetts, which would be my hometown mall. And I remember when they were filming it because they had all the Christmas stuff set up in like June. It was pretty cool.
I'm not trying to say I wasn't being the best husband, but when we were in Fort Leonard Wood at the career course,
I'm just curious where this is going.
So when I was at the career course for those 6 months, you usually get lunch at like noon, and then you get off work at like 2. So every time I'd come home for lunch, like Kaylee would make me like a sandwich or something. I'd sit in front of the TV and I watched every episode of King of Queens within those 6 months. And then I watched transition to Kevin Can Wait. I don't know if you've seen that one.
No, I have no idea what that is.
All the Paul Blarts, Home Team.
Here Comes the Boom.
Here Comes the Boom. That's a great one. He's just the best. And I like his brother. His brother's good. Kevin Can Wait, it was Kevin Can Wait got shortened because of just the temperature of America with that one, because I think they had to spin off like F Kevin or Shut Up Kevin or something. They didn't like the patriarchal sitcom role anymore that Kevin James was fond of playing. But no, it's a great show.
Kevin James. Maybe we can get him on the pod one day. That would be a great guest.
I was fangirl, so I listened to the Kevin James Joe Rogan interview. Yeah, big Kevin James.
That's so funny. Well, speaking of hopefully future guests and where Woody-Lew Sports and You, something new we wanted to try. We talked about it last episode, and I did my homework is getting into WWE, formerly WWF, and we said we were going to start with the 1997 Raw season. So I think it's important to mention what great I had no idea this was happening. Maybe you did, but the Peacock library of like Raw, Vault, the Royal Rumbles, the SummerSlams, the WrestleManias, those have all now moved to Netflix, and Netflix now has all those except for SmackDown.
No, they don't have the full Raw Vault.
No, and I'm gonna get it because I did not have an. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
which is an issue because you said you were going to share the Peacock Prime, and I'm too cheap to buy it. So I've only gotten to watch like the January 7th, February 16th, March 3rd.
I did say that, but Peacock doesn't have any of them now. NBC lost whatever deal they had.
Maybe the Raw Vault is going to transition to Netflix.
Yes.
Which, if it does, it's game changing because I'm getting like an episode a month with what they got now, So I watched the January 7th, and then I watched the Royal Rumble, which is still chronological because it's in January, hasn't hit February yet. But I'm missing stuff, because the promos they show you only cover so much.
We missed the January 13th Raw that would have led right into the 1997 Royal Rumble, which would have been helpful a little bit. But so far, like, I'm into it. It is that Royal Rumble was so much fun, and I forgot about like some of these Vader, a young Rocky Maivia. I'm probably not saying that right.
Rocky
Maivia. Shawn Michaels is just absurd. Psycho Sid rest in peace, Psycho Sid. But he looks out of it. But that, yes, and then it was like a Steve Austin before he became Steve Austin too.
I think we got 4 viewers right now. I wish we could have a show where our whole viewership was just talking WWE and not current WWE, just old WWE, because I could go on for hours about this. I've watched the 97 Royal Rumble a lot before. I rewatched it today when I found out we were going to talk about it. There's so much like wrestling theory I could go into, like just the difference between, I mean, that was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And if you watch the 97 Royal Rumble and now you watch the one that's going to be in Saudi Arabia at the end of the month, like the differences are so stark. And I just want to start off with the basics, and then this is something we can pull from the Raw as well. I think I texted you this, but I've always thought this. Vince McMahon doesn't get enough credit for how good of a commentator he was back in those earlier Raws. Say again.
He was great on the mic.
Phenomenal on the mic. Like because the cool thing is, if you notice the 97 Royal Rumble, when he screams the intro, and he's like screaming in the classic Vince McMahon voice, but then he just turns on like perfect play-by-play color commentator, and like he's really quick-witted. And my favorite part was, I don't know if you noticed, I think it was during the Triple H Goldust match, about the two brothers who were there trying to get a picture with somebody, and security kicked him out. He said, "Well, I hope we get this resolved soon. This isn't funny. This is serious." But anyway, back to the match. Goldust with a big leg right there. Like it's just great. And then JR and Jerry the King Lawler. Yep. I think contemporary WWE really lost a lot when you lost JR and Jerry the King, because they were part of it. I've watched, I'll typically watch some of the bigger pay-per-views. Like, I don't know any of these announcers. They're really kind of just, I don't know. They're just not, it doesn't seem the same. And I think they tried to recapture some energy, and they had Pat McAfee come in, but it's just it's not the same. They were a constant. They were very important, I think, to the brand.
And they were on the Raw call, at least one episode of Raw that I watched. Like, they were at the table, the mics for that calling that week. It was just a lot of fun and a lot of nostalgia that I really enjoyed. And just some of those wrestlers, like the writers, they're like Goldust. Like, what is Goldust?
I liked Goldust. Goldust freaked me out as a kid. Goldust was around for a while.
The thing with Marlene, there was actually, and I think we're gonna get into this too, and this was just the 90s, but there's like some problematic like behavior. Like, so Hunter Hearst Helmsley, just there was no consent from Marlena there. That was assault.
Yeah, I mean, he makes out with her. He grabs her head, makes out with her right in the ring. At one point, he's walking down the entrance and just
he carries her away.
Carries her away. They had the when they showed the previous promo of Jerry the King calling Goldust the word that we cannot say.
No.
That was just another Monday night in 97.
Monday night.
You know what I'm saying?
And then I think I forgot about like all the like the managers and the side characters, and it was right before the Lucha Libre 3-on-3 tag team, Undertaker against Vader in the pre-card, and Paul Bearer Undertaker turning on Paul Bearer and him walking out with Vader. That was very funny.
Well, I think something that they did a lot in the 90s and then in the Attitude Era that they don't do now is, I don't know if you noticed, but every single one of those matches had manager or ringside interference.
Yes.
There wasn't a single match on the 97 card that didn't have ringside interference to decide a winner.
Well, that happened too with the Nation of Dom. They called the match because they were interfering with Ahmed Johnson.
Well, yeah, I'm glad that we started in 97. We'll try to go in order here, but I'll save that. Let's just go in order. I just want to recap what was televised, and then when we get to the second match, I'll go. So Triple H, Goldust, we kind of talked about it. Goldust is the son of Dusty Rhodes, Cody Rhodes' brother, if you know him.
Yep.
He was flamboyant. He was like I don't really know what his gimmick was besides just a weirdo painting gold. From Hollywood, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, who was, originally billed as like this French,
like
elitist.
Gaston from Beauty and the Beast.
He's like Gaston, and then he kind of transitioned to like just a rich guy, and then eventually transitions to Hunter Hearst Helmsley, aka Triple H, aka King of Kings. Weird seeing Triple H in pants. You think of Triple H in the black tights with the big knee braces because he's blown out both his quads a million times and had countless knee surgeries. He gets the win for the Intercontinental Championship. Enough on that. Ahmed Johnson. So
he was awesome.
Ahmed Johnson is a huge dude. And if you don't know who Ahmed Johnson is, Google him. I've never seen a wrestler as big as him wear more revealing ring attire.
I would say there was some shots where, his span. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, like you thought, he was gonna have something pop out.
Right. He must have used some very careful tape.
But Ahmed Johnson is the reason the Nation of Domination was born. And the Nation of Domination is my favorite faction of all time.
There's so much. You can't do that either in 2026.
Domination. And then you have the Malcolm X type character.
Yeah, and they all do the Black Panther power salute.
Yeah, and I love Farouk because when Farouk was with JBL or Bradshaw at the time for APA, they were great. Farouk going from Nation Domination to APA with Bradshaw, just crazy transition that could only happen back then, and is wrestling at its best. But Ahmed Johnson beats Farouk disqualification. And then I'm sorry, I just go on. The cool thing is they don't do this in the Rumbles as much anymore. Like those pre-card matches before the Rumble, they followed up with them during the Rumble.
Yes.
Because they all entered the Rumble as well. But yeah,
that was super fun. So after Hunter Hearst Helmsley, he retained the Intercontinental Championship. They kept on saying, "We're going to see each other in the Rumble," a half hour later, and they did.
It was great. Now, Vader Taker. I never liked Vader. I hated the Vader bomb. I didn't like any of it.
Okay.
But one
I
thing
think I like Vader because he appeared on Boy Meets World as Frankie's father, so that's why I like Vader.
The thing about Undertaker, though, he's been doing the same moves his whole career. And I think as an adult going back and rewatching these matches, because as a kid, The Undertaker, I was so just taken aback by him. Every one of his matches is kind of a repeat. He does the same, grab the arm, walk on the ropes, always looking for the power driver, the big kick. The Undertaker runs the ropes better than anyone in the business. The way he runs the ropes is so impressive, so much power. But Vader actually beat him. That's something you don't really see. And Paul Bearer comes out, and Paul Bearer hits Taker
with the urn.
with the urn, and it knocks him out. Awesome stuff. And then the actual Rumble match. So the Rumble match is deep, but I want to see if you know why it's deep.
What do you mean? Why?
So Stone Cold, he's in the match for 50 minutes.
Yeah, he entered fourth. He was for 45 minutes and 7 seconds.
So, and I think that record stayed all the way until 2008 or 9 when Rey Mysterio entered second and won the Rumble. So I think that stayed for about
Stone
10
Cold
years.
technically didn't win.
We're going to get to that.
We'll get to that. Okay.
But the people you had enter was awesome. You had the 4 luchadors because back then WWE had a contract with the AAA
The Latin Lover, I love. He was funny.
Latin Lover was a beast, dude. He came in throwing blows.
Yeah, he like threw like 3 people over the top rope like as soon as he came in.
It was great. Now the finish. So Stone Cold Steve Austin wins.
Yes.
Who gets screwed?
Be Bret Hart.
Do you know when the Montreal screw job takes place?
That was in 96, I believe. No, 94?
97. In November at Survivor Series.
Okay, so basically 10-ish months later.
So what I'm saying is, it hit me like a ton of bricks. That was like a precursor to the Montreal screw job. Because I used to think, Bret Hart overreacted, but he should have won the Rumble.
Oh, absolutely. And so my question is like, again, like that's what wrestling, especially I feel like in this era, like what was real,
kayfabe
what
was
wasn't.
So good. You didn't know, If
it was like written in that way, or if like
he's the man. He makes me want to shave my head. Like Stone Cold's a bad dude. He's a bad man. My cousin, and Dad's in the chat, Matt Hatter can comment on this. The first time my dad was in, this is my memory, so I think Amy will appreciate this. When my dad was in Afghanistan the first time, okay, I think it was Afghanistan. My older cousin, he's 4 years older than me. They took a video of him saying like, "Hey, Uncle Chris, like, hope you're doing well," right? My parents remember that. What I remember is what he's wearing in that, because this is circa 2000 and I don't know, 2, 3, maybe. He's got a black long sleeve, blue, white Steve Austin skull with Austin 316 and that blue and turquoise on each sleeve. Like just total late 90s, like WWE gear. And I thought it was the coolest freaking shirt ever.
That's awesome. Another cool story. I don't know if you know about this, but Miss Patsy in the chat is saying, I saw Randy Savage, Macho Man, wrestle at BCHS in the early 80s. He went by the name The Spider at the time and talked to him for a few minutes. Did you know that?
What?
I'm shocked.
The Spider?
Because you're saying that Miss Patsy would take you to the Dollar Tree and buy on VHS like the collab or whatever they're called, like compilation tapes.
No, she would. So at the Dollar General, they had all the VHS of the old pay-per-views, like Unforgiven and Backlash. Yeah. I remember clearly.
Are you texting her right now? What are you doing?
No, I was looking it up. The Spider.
Yeah, that's awesome. She said she thought you knew.
According to, I wasn't trying to fact check you. I believe you. But according to his ring names, he was billed as the Spider. Wow,
that's cool.
Where'd she say really she saw him at?
He wrestled at BCHS. I think at the high school,
Bath County High School, which has one stoplight in the town. Daniel.
So this must have been before Vince McMahon Jr. like basically like took over wrestling next to like the territories.
If you say, hey, you can take a time machine, like take me back to 1972, like high school arena, like territory, still like where like wrestling's territory event. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. So speaking of going back in time, I brought up what we're doing as far as rewatching WWE to a WWE super fan and Woody-Lew Sports and You super fan, Vince from Lynn, Massachusetts. And he thinks that we should start at the beginning of the Monday Night Wars, like 96 time frame.
I need Peacock.
Well, I don't think it's on Peacock anymore.
Well, then this is getting really difficult to do, and we can't have
Well,
crazy.
I think it's all on Netflix. Like Netflix has.
I checked today.
I checked.
I think I checked.
Okay, we'll discuss this, but I'm having a blast.
Remember when DX took the tank to the arena?
No, I didn't watch any of this stuff.
WCW is doing a show and DX has a battle tank, and they drive it to the arena.
Battle tank.
I'm not joking.
Actually, pretty awesome. One thing I did want to bring up, and I thought this was hilarious, talking about Nation of Domination and Ahmed Johnson. How about Ahmed? He just eliminating himself to chase Farouk out of the Alamo Dome.
The Lucha Libre also eliminated himself, and I don't think he knew the rules. And that's what Vince McMahon said. I don't think he understands the rules. There might be a language barrier.
I was how these go forward, how they've evolved, but like that was so much fun in '97.
And you know, I could go. I wish, what was his name, Vince from Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
I wish Vince from Lynn was in the comments right now. To be such a big fan, he should be talking more. I would love to hear his opinion on how back in the old Royal Rumbles, like you don't go over the top rope, you don't go over blah blah, right? In these recent Royal Rumbles, and I guarantee it's going to happen on January 31st, whenever the next one is, they love to go under the bottom rope and like fight out in the thing. I hate it.
Yeah,
I hate it. Like they try to do these like, I fell into the thing. I'm standing. I hate it. I hate it. Kofi Kingston did it. And now I went under the bottom rope, so I'm safe. I hate it. God, I hate it. I hate it.
That's like not in the spirit of the Rumble. No. I don't like that.
No, it's not. And you know what makes me mad is like Triple H is head of producing now of storylines. And Triple H was there for WWE at its best. Bring it back. Bring it back to the glory days. I'd watch every week.
We'll have to clip that reaction. That's a good one. Bring it back. We can tweet at Triple H. Bring it back. Gosh, anything else on WWE?
Yeah, so Shawn Michaels beat Psycho Sid for the championship. And the thing about obviously he was in San Antonio. He's from San Antonio, built out of San Antonio. What I realized they don't do as much anymore that I really like, Dan, and they do like in the UFC, like the filming of the walkout from like the locker room.
Yes,
that's electric.
Yeah.
It has big fight feel. You know what I'm saying?
I also like too how in the January 7th, 97 Raw, like Shawn Michaels he's at the booth and he's like commenting on must have been the Vader fight. Bret Hart.
Shawn Michaels is my favorite of all time. He's my favorite as a kid. He's my favorite now. In 97, like that's pre Shawn Michaels finding God, Shawn Michaels.
Oh, he was the bad boy.
So by all accounts, like not even kayfabe, like people hated him.
Sure.
And he finally got sober and found Jesus, and like is after he had an injury, he came back in like 04, 03. He came back at Survivor Series and he fought in Wrangler jeans and boots and a brown wife beater with a big Jesus cross, and it was awesome. Same music. He always had the same walkout, except for when he's with DX. Man, it's just awesome.
Yeah, it was super. I'm excited to keep watching this, and hopefully we get the full.
What's the homework for next time? WrestleMania 97.
I'm gonna keep watching. Yeah. Well, that's a lot of work to do. Watch those Raw episodes.
I can't watch the Raw episodes. I don't know where we're gonna find them, Daniel.
They're on Netflix.
You keep saying that.
It doesn't make it true. All right, WrestleMania 97.
While we're talking this real quick, can I tell you one show recommendation while we're just talking it?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Task on HBO Max.
I watched it. Over. Wow, this is unscripted. This was not in the notes. Have you finished it?
I finished it yesterday.
I love that.
Mark Ruffalo.
He's good.
Where'd that come from? I mean,
He's good.
I thought it was phenomenal. The way that show really just took you into these people's lives on good and bad, and the family impacts.
Mm-hmm.
Haley cried half the time we watched it.
Now, if you like that, I have a show recommendation for you also on HBO Max, Mayor of Easttown, because that's by the same like production writers as Task. That has Kate Winslet.
I will have to watch that. Now, Dan, I'm doing some live reporting. So they have all of the pay-per-views.
Yes.
Are on Netflix, confirmed.
Yes.
But in the Raw Vault, it's still the every other episode. And on the normal Raw, it's just 2025.
Yeah.
Now,
is it like WWE YouTube?
Can I say something dirty?
Be careful.
But they have every episode from 2024. Let's see if they have every episode from.
That's because that's when they started doing it, I believe.
It's just 93 to 2001, and then it jumps to 2022.
Oh shoot!
But even like 2001 doesn't have every episode. So no, they don't have every episode. That's a problem. I don't know. Do we get who we contact for that?
And when we cut this up and you have your message to bring it back to Triple H, we ask, where are the episodes?
Okay, so I think, can I say something crazy?
Okay.
This is on-air reporting. This is at its best. Since we're having an issue with the Raws, what if because they do a good job of showing the backstory, right?
Yes.
What if we do every pay-per-view in timeline order, and just not the house shows?
All right, we'll do that while we wait. So I'm confident they have to because they were on Peacock.
Just for example, you go to
WWE Network, right?
Correct, but you're reporting that that's not a thing anymore.
No, it's not. It's not there.
But they have every Survivor Series. They have every SummerSlam.
Yeah, it's just SmackDown on Peacock. That's USA.
And what I could be convinced to do is we do all the pay-per-views in order. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the next one would be. Well, I don't know what's after Royal Rumble, Armageddon. I don't know. They've all changed. I'd be willing to just say, you know what? Let's start in 2025 every Raw.
And we just make it a recap show?
Well, no, this is just for you and me. And then we get back in order. It's like our soap opera.
I kind of like that.
We watched last year's General Hospital.
We have current, but then we're also looking at the past.
Because we're talking all this crap about it, but you know what? I can't say that I've been watching every week. So what if we just, you know what? Let's get back into it, and then maybe we're fans again. Next thing you know, we're Woody-Lew, SmackDown, and you, and that's our new show.
I love that. I think that's
I'd be willing to. Kaylee would hate this. I think I might watch January 2005's first Raw tonight in bed.
I'm excited. And this is actually a great segue into our final topic, 2025 reflections and look ahead at 2026. This is what we're looking forward to in 2026. One thing we're looking forward to. What else are you looking forward to after reflecting on 2025?
I'm looking forward to hitting 50 subscribers by June 2026 and 100 subscribers by January 27.
You got to plug the new Facebook. I did not put it onto our background overlay. I will add that for next episode, but to let everyone know about our new Facebook.
Yeah, new Facebook, Woody-Lew Sports and You on Facebook. You can find it through my account, Kaylee's account. We got 155 followers on there, so we're growing. Kaylee's going to start doing reels. From a show perspective, we're looking forward. I'm about ready. I told you this pre-show. I'm ready to burn the ships and go all in on Woody-Lew Sports and You.
I know.
Because if it's not burning the ships on this, then I got to go to umpire school and hope for the best. And that's just a lot of volatility. And
Leave you for next episode. I cannot. Braxton sent me
we'll tease that
to umpire school. That's a good teaser for next episode. We didn't talk about it too much in this episode, but what I'm looking forward to in 2026, I'm doing dry January for the first time. Like actually saying like I'm doing it. And you might have noticed I didn't have my staple beverage. Oh, I don't have a camera. I just realized. So no one could believe. I don't have video proof, but I was just drinking seltzers.
It was like New Year's Day, and we were enjoying a glass of champagne, my family. And my mom drinks a glass of champagne. She sits there for a second. She's like, dang it, I was doing dry January.
So okay. Now, Miss Amy, New Year's Day doesn't count. And if you really want to do like a full month, all you got to do is borrow a day. So you can
add one on the back end.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I think you need to do it consecutive, but I've heard of people borrowing days. Like you can just borrow March 6th. So if you guys don't drink on March 6th, your dry January is still good. That's controversial, but just food for thought on how to have a successful dry January.
There you go.
I think it's a good place to leave the show off, Braxton. We're coming up on almost an hour 26. This was fun. It's a little, kind of on brand for us, a little all over the place. I had to go to the technical difficulty screen. No one could see me after about the first 10 minutes, but I'm excited for what 2026 has to offer.
Yeah, I hope you can join us live on video next week or when we get back on here.
Yeah. So as always, please like, subscribe, download, and share. And happy 2026 to everyone. Let's get it going. What do you say?